Look, I know I'm a bit thick around the middle. I know that during long videos where I've been particularly active, as we get to the end, sometimes I can be breathing a bit heavy. I know this. And I get comments about it sometimes. Some of the comments I get about my appearance, I really like because they are good fun. Other comments are less kind. I don't care. I don't care what some half-wit, maybe I'm overestimating them, some quarter-wit sat in their bedroom thinks about my appearance when I'm actually doing a video intended to help someone learn something. I don't care what they think. The question is, can someone of my vintage and my dimensions do a round of work on a heavy bag so that you can learn something? So we're going to do that. I'm going to do a 3-minute round on the bag, okay? And we're going to theme the round. I love to theme rounds of boxing, be it shadow boxing or heavy bag work. I think it's a fantastic way of livening up the session. You can theme a round on a particular fighter that you want to emulate, a particular fighting style that you'd like to emulate. You can theme a round on a particular set of techniques or a skill set, okay? There's all kinds of ways you can do it. In this round, I'm going to have a bias towards mobility, so I want to be mobile. I don't want to plant my feet. On my own mind, I'm up against someone who's really powerful and I want to use mobility to help overcome them. I want to maintain mid and long range. Again, probably because it's someone I don't want to get up close with because they might snap my arms in a clinch. And I'm going to use 60 to 80% power. Theoretically, it might be that this person is so tough and strong, there's no use putting in all the power, so you might as well try and wear them down with mid-level power shots, okay? And that's what we're going to do in this round. The question I've got, have a look at the round, and while you're watching it, what themes would you like us to work on? Because what I'd like to do is do a series of videos. If you suggest some themes, I'll try and do bag rounds, heavy bag rounds, applying that theme and see if it's a good learning experience. So drop a comment. What would you like to see me theme a heavy bag round in the next video? Have a look at this, and then afterwards I'm going to give you 3 really simple tips about bag work, particularly if you're a beginner, particularly if you're just setting out. Have a look at this. So there you go. Okay, look, the world heavyweight champion has got nothing to worry about when it comes to me. Okay, I get that, that's fine. But I quite like working around on like that. And you know, it's about me. Similarly, when it comes to you and your fitness and your health, it's about you. I don't care what other people think. If you're happy with your progress, that's what really matters. Some simple tips. Gloves and hand protection. The gloves I'm using there, they're like 20-year-old 10-ounce competition gloves. I'm going through a phase where they're the gloves that I really love using. Sometimes I use bag mitts, sometimes quite slightly heavier gloves. I don't care. I go through moods and you know, just like everything else, I have preferences from time to time. But just wear a good set of gloves. Wraps, don't get carried away. Fighters don't break and hurt their hands on heavy bags. They hurt their hands during fights and during sparring. Okay, a bag is a predictable object. When you're working against someone in sparring, you can catch an elbow or the top of a head, and you know, that's when fighters hurt their hands. When it comes to on the bags, 1.5 yards of wrap, okay, and that does, what you want to avoid is those abrasions and splits that you get in between the fingers here, because they're a nuisance and they will stop you being comfortable on the heavy bag. Okay, so simple set of wraps, don't get carried away. When you're starting out, just do the basics well and try and maintain the basics for the whole round. So stay in a good stance, right? When you're throwing your punches, get them right back, go straight out and straight back. Right? Just do the basics. Don't get carried away trying to do fancy stuff. And the third one, again, as a beginner, keep your hands up on the heavy bag. Go through that learning process, go through that discipline of working full rounds when the hands stay here. Biggest problem I see with beginners is just these hands dropping down. So just keep them there. As you evolve and as you grow, you can then maybe start dropping hands and being a bit more fancy. But, you know, just do the basics, especially if you're starting out. Don't forget, drop me a comment about the theme you would like to see in the next video. What kind of theme do you want me to apply to my next video on heavy bag round? And go and download your book, The Beginner Boxer Toolkit. And you get a free drill pattern with that. And you're on my personal email list. And you get lots of follow-up coaching videos. That book has really proved a super success with people. They find it super helpful. Okay, there's a link down below. And there should be a link here as well. Look after yourself. I'll see you in the next video. Let's work on that theme. Think about what you want me to work on.